Yeah, there's a little fire left. Thought I'd say hello to you guys, not the fire. um, Life is going great, and I had just one question I wanted to ask. Um, I am in a situation where I've just recently discovered, I checked my phone messages. Um, the situation I've discovered is that a relative has hurt herself, and and but the problem is I don't really have a relationship with this person, right? I'm going to go ahead and say it's my mother, and basically we've always had a problem. We've been kind of, neither her or I are social people, and of course she has all the problems that women have, and so the result is I'm not as close to her as I am with my dad, because honestly, we have more points in common that we share in common that I just can't share with my mom. It's just, there's just too much distance there. And then and there's always been kind of a sort of a reluctance, a distance, and a resistance I think she had toward doing the whole parent thing. And for example, I recall many times when when I would be in trouble, I would be in, like, getting the shit kicked out of me at school or something, and she just couldn't seem to make the mental leap. It was like she was like studying or hearing something, out of a novel or something she couldn't really relate to, because I don't think she really ran into a situation where someone who was like 150% of your body weight and about 2 feet taller than you is seeking out you to kick the shit out of you when you're walking home from school, right? It's doubtful that has ever happened to her or most other women. They just can't relate, right? But there are other situations that were wrong, right? I recall, I have a very good memory. I remember back to when I was 2. But basically, I recall there were situations where I was like just, crying and crying as a toddler, and she was kind of distant and not very, forthcoming, and I recall one time I was like crying, and she was out in the backyard doing something, and I recall shaking my leg, right, and then a turd fell out of my pant leg onto the ground, right, and the thing is, apparently I was like pre-potty trained at the time, and I was trying to get help, and no help was forthcoming. She had problems when she was a kid too. She was like, my grandfather, her sort of father, we think, maybe, married a woman who was too pretty for him, and he used money to compensate, and she, every once in a while, would just lose her shit and leave, right? And then she'd like run off with a boxer or something, and eventually they committed her, but and they would do that back then because she was acting crazy, so they put her in a freaking institution. That's what you're supposed to do, I think. But anyway, she so she would run off, and my mom would like be holding on to her leg, right, her mother's leg, trying to say, please don't go, and her grandmother, her mother would like be dragging her foot just as she was about, and then my mom would just lay there in the dirt, after being abandoned, right? This seems to be a pretty common thing for my family. What a wonderful family. It could be worse. At least they never really kicked the shit out of me or rammed me up the ass or anything, but But basically, we're not the most friendly family in the world, not the most close family. So, and then I bought the house, you know, and I was saying, come over and look at the house, come over and look at the house, you know. And not one visit during the whole time I owned the house. She did visit me at the condo once or twice, I think. But the thing is, and then I get maybe a call maybe once a year or something, and I tried to maintain the relationship for a while, but it's like she's distant, you know, and people say I'm distant, but man, she's got it even worse than I do. So where does that leave me? Because right suddenly, I mean, it looks pretty contrived, some kind of subconscious mind thing, right? Because right on her birthday, she fell down and broke a couple of bones, right? And then my aunt, who I have not spoken to in like 10 years, tries calling me and tries to get me to like show up, you know. And my mom didn't even call, you know. And honestly, my question is, I mean, she's probably not going to be around very much longer, but was she ever really there, you know? So the question is, what do I do? Do I try to be a good son and be all like supportive and try to pretend that there's a relationship when there kind of really isn't? I mean, honestly, if somebody doesn't call for quite a while and then doesn't visit your new house that you're so proud of, and I've visited her many times, and is there a point where a guy should cut off a relationship like this? So that is a question. Do I have a relationship with this person or not? And what, it seems awfully contrived. Right on her birthday, that's when she breaks her bones, right? I don't know, guys. and she couldn't even call me, or didn't call me. Either she pawned it off on my aunt, or my aunt did it by herself. I don't know. But if somebody can't even call you in a situation like this, is there a relationship? Is that person do you actually have a relationship with this person or not? So that is my question. Should you maybe you should put a 1 in front of one of it, 1 or a 2. Maybe 1 if I should not pursue this relationship, or 2 if I should try to make another attempt at forming some kind of ties, or not. Or should I just let it be as it is and just go on with my life, you know? Eventually she'll drop out. And as far as money goes, I mean, I've got enough. And I don't think that she has all that much. She's a saver, you know, but she married a guy who he's not very sophisticated, not very good with money. And the result is she probably doesn't have money now. And but even if she did, I have 3 sisters, and she clearly has that whole own group preference bullshit. Like on Halloween, right? I recall my sister got this pretty freaking beautiful princess outfit with a freaking frilly ass dress. Not that I wanted to wear a dress. And what did I get? I got a friggin' clown mask. A clown mask and a bed sheet to wear. What the fuck was that? That wasn't a Halloween costume. It was she just phoned it in, man. What that means is that she did not care, right? And I recall she'd like brushed my older sister's hair, and she was attempting to drag compliments from me for my sister, right? And honestly, her hair, sure, it looked pretty, you know. But all the, you know, the care and the maintenance and the effort and the time. No. It. I don't think she. Of course, you know, both her and my dad had like alcohol problems at the time, and you could say that's a reason, but it's not an excuse. So in any case, that's where we are. Yeah, I just don't. I'm kind of leaning toward not having a relationship with this person. Okay, MGTOWs, that's about all I got for you. And don't get married.